The Chicago Bulls and Josh Giddey still seem pretty far apart on a deal, but there is optimism that they will get something worked out. We'll talk about what that could be and what both sides will have to give up on today's episode of the Chicago Bulls Breeze. Now, if you are new to the channel, please hit that like button. Please subscribe to the page. We do talk Chicago Bulls daily on this channel. Only channel talking Bulls. Our Bulls fans talk, so make sure that you get in tune with us, man. A lot to get into on today's episode. Per Jake Fisher, it seems like the Chicago Bulls and Josh Giddey are still pretty far apart on a deal here. Per Jake Fisher, Giddey's representation has not wavered in its pursuit of a $30 million annual salary, sources say. While Bulls offers have been much closer to $20 million, Giddey has been in Las Vegas since Summer League's play began, but did not make an appearance at either of Chicago's first two games. And listen, when you're talking about the Bulls right now, right, we know that they want to get Josh Giddey back in here, but they want to get Josh Giddey back in here at their number. Meanwhile, Josh Giddey and his representation has been very much looking at that Jalen Suggs number of 5 years, $150 million, and saying, listen, we understand where you want to be and how you want to get this done, but we're not looking to waver off of this move. So I think it is very interesting that the two sides are so far apart. The Bulls looking to offer him closer to $20 million, I feel like is a little bit surprising kind of for what this team has talked about, what they want to do, and kind of what they've attempted to do here. But the big thing right now for me is the fact that both sides are going to have to give something up to get a deal done here. You might as well get this thing hammered out. In my opinion, I think the best case scenario for both sides is to realize you're going to have to give something up to get a deal done here, and that this is the best scenario for both sides. I talked about this a couple of times, right? To me, Josh Giddey, when you look at his game, I think he's a phenomenal player, and yes, maybe he comes in and he does sign the qualifying offer, and he does bet on himself, plays on the $11 million deal, which was something that was reported could be a deal that the Bulls, that Josh Giddey and his team might be looking to take. But if we're being honest about this, right, you're taking a serious chance. If you're a 15, 6, and 8 kind of player, are you going to be in that $25 to $30 million range yet again? I don't know if that's what Josh Giddey ends up being. And so to me, I think the big thing right now is get the best deal that you can get on the table. Go out there and outperform that deal. Let's not pretend like we haven't seen guys get this deal done where, you know, they take an earlier deal and then all of a sudden they're back at the table renegotiating when it's all said and done. Right now, what I will say is this: I wouldn't just acquiesce to whatever the Chicago Bulls are saying here. I wouldn't just bend over backwards and go, oh my God, thank you for giving me the money that you're giving me. No, I think that you look at this situation and you say, okay, if you want to give me this level of cash right now where we're at with 20 million, which I think you're going to get that higher. I would assume the Bulls probably end up in the range of about 25 million for Josh Giddey, offering $1 million more than what Patrick Williams is making for the production that Josh Giddey is getting. It's why I continue to say I said 30 million. I can't, there's a part of me that does believe that Josh Giddey heard me say I said 30 million, and that's why he's so locked in on getting the $30 million. But I think the big thing right now, if you're the Bulls and you're Josh Giddey, I would say, okay, you want to pay me somewhere closer to 20 million? How about we settle in at about 25 million? Does that work for you? If it does, I'm taking a 4-year deal, not a 5-year deal. I want to hit free agency a year earlier. I would like to have maybe a team option or a player option in there. I doubt that the player option will kind of come up in there, although AK is very acquiescing in situations like that. Or maybe you take a player option on that 5th-year deal there for Josh Giddey, and depending on how you play, you hit the open market. Either of those options, if I'm Giddey, that's what I come to the Bulls with. And I say, listen, I'm willing to give you the extra $5 million that I want and that I feel I deserve based on the play that I had in the second half of last season. I mean, Josh Giddey's play second half of last season was pretty good, finishing out the season averaging above 20 points per game, was phenomenal in the passing game. I think he did a really good job improving his defense as the season ended as well. Like, there's a lot of reasons why Josh Giddey makes makes a good case for him being able to be paid as high as he wants to be paid. But at the end of the day, listen, it's a give and take world. You want to take 5 to 7 million off of the paycheck? Bet. I want years back. I want to be able to hit free agency earlier. And I think that's the best situation for both of these sides to come together and actually be able to get something done. I understand the plan that AK is coming with right now. I truly do. I mean, as much as it sounds crazy, as much as we look at this and we're like, oh, this is AK, just pay the man. This is typical AK. Here we go again. This is actually good GMing. Nobody else can pay him anywhere near the money that he can make it top dollar, which I believe is about $50 million. So you're living in that $30 million range. Josh Giddey understands that. So he says, listen, I'm not even asking for the full amount. I'll take the 30 million. Let's move with that. Right. And I think that you have to have a conversation around that too. The fact that he is kind of not even asking for the top that he can get. But on top of that, AK saying, well, yeah, you can get 30 million, but also there's nobody really out there that's moving on restricted free agents right now. I mean, the Jonathan Kuminga situation, I think, is one to really monitor. And even in that same article, they talked about how Jonathan Kuminga and his team were hoping that the Chicago Bulls facilitated some kind of sign and trade. I do wonder if that could be something that's still on the table here. If you're the Bulls, it seems like per Joe Cowley, I should say, that a lot of that stuff has died down. A lot of those conversations have died down, which for me is the best case scenario because I just don't think that Jonathan Kuminga fits this team in the long run. I truly don't. But the big thing for me right now, if you're the Chicago Bulls, you're trying to save as much money as you can. You're trying to stay under this cap. I'm all for Josh Giddey getting his money, but I do like seeing AK go out there and do some good GMing, and I think that's what we're getting from Arturas Karnisovas. Dare I say, this offseason has been some GMing where you got to look at it and go, listen, he's handling this much better than I thought he was going to be able to. He's dealing with this much better than I thought he was going to be able to. And in fact, because of it, the Bulls are going to be in a better position long-term to go out there and sign some of those big-name guys that we talk about. So we'll see what ends up happening. I think that this is a deal that does end up getting done. I think the Bulls probably end up settling around probably that $25 million range. They're going low. Giddey's going on the high end. I think that is what you do if you're trying to work out negotiations. And I love the fact that we heard a couple of days ago that this is all still in a positive conversation. This is not animosity. Josh Giddey is not taking it disrespectfully. The Bulls are not taking it disrespectfully that he's going high, right? Like, and this is how the business of basketball has to work. Now, both sides are standing firm on their laurels right now, and that can turn into something that does end up getting ugly in the long run, but we're not there yet. And hopefully we don't get there. Hopefully this is a deal that gets done before it gets to that point. But I just want to see this thing finally get worked out. And if it can get worked out where Josh Giddey comes in at a much cheaper rate, I'm not mad at that either. Let me know how you guys feel in the comments below. I'll be down there talking with you guys as well. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. For myself, I don't know. I'm so used to doing shows with everybody, especially when I'm in the studio, that I always end up doing like the super producer Joel, hold yada yada. I appreciate you guys for showing love as always. It's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. See Red Nation. Stand up. Peace.